During the third millennia, in a strange place known as the United States of America, a war was brewing. Brainwashed Marxist idiots in colleges across the nation clashed with equally brainwashed, anime-obsessed neo-Nazis. Starbucks windows were shattered, Dodge Challengers were totaled, and Muslims realized that rental vans were cheaper than plane tickets. Skinny, anemic millennials from coast to coast were hospitalized with life-changing injuries such as sprains and first-degree burns. And the heroic knights of 4chan rose up to defeat Shia LaBeouf and drive the evil villain into a descent towards a madness the likes from which he would never recover. As the enemies of freedom destroy the cities that raised them, as America begins to resemble an Iron Maiden album come to life, two heroes have risen up to fight against the culture of utter madness and restore sanity the only way they know how, by refusing to take any of it seriously. Mersh.
And I said, hey, oi, let's chop your penis off. Oi, can I have me penis back? Why do you have dreadlocks, you white oppressor?
Royce Lopez.
Always be aborting. A always be aborting. Always be aborting.
Breaking news.
Breaking news,
You're
guys.
hearing it only on our show first. Apparently Donald Trump has worked out a deal. He will get the wall. Unfortunately, it's going to be a rock climbing wall.
Oh, no! The other side's going to be a slide. You climb the wall up and you just
lands into a nice, clean, chlorinated pool. And then you immediately get a welfare check. Fucking A.
Oh, shit. He was a boy, he went to girl, now he wants to be a boy again.
Oh, God, just stay a girl if you're going to be this indecisive.
I think Caitlyn Jenner's a handsome woman with a great penis. Look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with trannies. I just don't want to put that one's cock in my mouth.
Bound forever by their mutual love of smoking marijuana, Simpsons references and affection towards Alex Jones, these two men have joined forces to bring you uncut news and opinions directly from the belly of the beast. Saving Western civilization one childish dick joke at a time, here they are, your new heroes of the Imperium, Mersh and Royce Lopez.
Welcome aboard, folks. Friday afternoon, kicking off your, is it Labor Day weekend? Which one's the...
It's the...
Is it Labor Day weekend?
I believe it's Labor
Day weekend, yes. With our Friday show. And I've had no sleep. I have a toothache. I'm not happy. So you're going to do with heavy lifting today.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess.
Commence the jiggling. How's everybody doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm upset that I didn't turn my goddamn lights on. I got to do that. But I'll do that. I'll
turn the lights.
I don't mind. I can do it. Okay, Mike's gonna go turn the lights on. Welcome to a Friday show of Revenge of the Sis. Thank you guys for staying with us throughout the week. We have some stuff that we are going to cover, and yes, I will be happy to do the heavy lifting.
Yeah, my fucking tooth is killing me.
Yeah, that bad, huh?
Yeah,
it sucks.
So, whatever. It's just what it is. So one of those where it was so bad you just can't sleep. Sleeping's not an option.
No, I get you.
There was no drug or anything I could take to make like this pain is just
right. It was just
this
there.
is my life today. So yeah, it's good stuff.
Well, I guess you want to start with Trump?
What do you do now?
Here we go.
Oh boy,
Fox News.
It appeared that the relationship.
Yes, he did, and.
It appeared that the relationship between President Trump and Attorney General Jeff Sessions could not have gotten any worse after last week when the Attorney General said that he would not be improperly influenced by political considerations. Well, last night...
By the way, the president replied by saying, quote, "I fucked your wife." And now things are just really weird. Things are spinning wildly out of control.
Yeah, President Trump made a whole diss track on Sessions. And first off, fuck your bitch and the clique you claim.
Sessions came out and called it Trump's wife a whore. It was a real ugly. Everybody's throwing a lot of things around that you can't take back.
By the way, Sessions, you're already properly involved when you recuse yourself, you idiot. You're already involved politically, you stupid idiot.
Well, no, he's not involved. he had to recuse himself. There's no way he doesn't recuse himself. Like, it's the one thing he did do correct in this whole thing was not go, look, man, I work for the guy. I can't investigate the guy who gave me the fucking job. That's fucking ethics 101. It's one thing he did right. The problem is he keeps commenting on it all the time, and you're like, well, you didn't want to be in it.
But now you're in it.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Stop talking. You said you recused yourself.
Sessions could not have gotten any worse after last week when the Attorney General said that he
It couldn't have gotten any worse, is what he's saying.
would not be improperly influenced by political considerations. Well, last night, it did get worse.
Of course it got worse.
Sometimes it gets worse.
Yeah.
Late yesterday afternoon, the president did an interview with 3 Bloomberg reporters in the Oval Office. And now, quoting from the follow-up Bloomberg piece, President Donald Trump said Attorney General Jeff Sessions' job is safe at least until the November elections in November. Asked if he'd keep Sessions beyond November, he declined to comment.
Yeah, but that's just the thing he does.
He does it all the time, yeah.
He does it all the time. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Who knows? Who knows? The McCain stuff was even funnier. Him not commenting on McCain was probably the funniest clip of Trump.
Dude, he didn't give a fuck. And by the way, I went through some of that stuff the Daywave today. McCain was a fucking traitor. Like legit.
Yeah, I know. He's terrible. Yeah, of course.
Vietnam fucking traitor who fucking sang. And then he blocked finding more POWs. Him and Kerry were buddy-buddy in the 90s.
On the show
crazy.
like dozens of times.
Yeah.
It's one of my biggest things I hate about John McCain. Was him and Kerry and that fucking bill. But I get that he's not a good guy. I don't know. It just... what annoys me is how many people, like, suddenly was so woke on McCain. Look, he did all these things. I know he did. We talked about it all the time. But, you know, his daughter's fucking sobbing over his casket. You know what I mean? Just fucking lower the flag. Stop being a cunt. Like, stop. Everybody needs to stop being so goddamn cunty. Lower the flag. Shut up. It's a common courtesy. The guy was a congressman for many years. Lower the flag. Enough.
He was a piece of shit.
I get it, but you know what I mean? Everybody, he started it. Okay, it's fine. But it's really getting annoying when I see so many people acting like leftists now. Like, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing, like, you're like imitating the sentiments that I got in a fight with these California idiots all day yesterday. I'm going to make brain tumor jokes the day his daughter's draped over the cats. Could you have just fucking shut up for a day? Fucking A, dude. I'm so sick of everybody. Everybody's so edgy. Like, enough. The dude's dead. Take a fucking day. I'm sure you have a whole list of things you got to get done this week. So, while they're burying John McCain, why don't you work off the second half of your list of shit to do? Double back around. Make the fucking brain tumor jokes the fucking day after he's dead. So I get annoyed with the, like everybody suddenly have fucking got the scoop on John McCain. We know he's done all this shit for years. Okay? Those faggots in Arizona still voted for him every year. John McCain's not the problem. The fucking voters are the problem. You're the problem. You, right there, watching this right now. You're the fucking problem. So shut up. Stop acting like you spent your entire life trying to counteract everything McCain did to this country.
Sorry.
You didn't. You didn't do a fucking thing while McCain was alive. So don't think that disrespecting a dead man is making you so fucking good now.
He was almost president.
Just sick of it.
He was almost president.
No, he wasn't. Sarah Palin was his fucking running mate. He was never almost
That's
president.
why he wasn't president, because of Sarah Palin. If it wasn't for Sarah Palin, he could have been president.
So, but what I'm saying is, then he was never almost president. As soon as he picked her,
yeah, it's true.
It was over. You didn't want to be president.
She wasn't invited to the funeral, by the way.
I wouldn't either. You fucking blew it for me.
Yeah, but again, that's pretty cunt move, by the way, not inviting Sarah Palin. Anyway, but again, he picked her.
I don't... It's so weird. Is it cunty, though? She was a coworker. Is it cunty?
Yeah, because he had a lot of other coworkers that weren't his friends at the funeral.
How do you know?
Joe Biden was there. Joe Biden and him weren't buddy-buddy.
I'm sure, yeah, him and Joe Biden were buddy-buddy because McCain was a fucking Democrat dick suck. I'm sure he had dinner with Joe Biden more than he's ever had dinner with Sarah
that might
Palin
be
over
true.
the years.
That's true.
So I don't believe that It's not fucked up. Like you were my running mate once. Fuck out of here. You know.
I would say that would be something where even if you don't like her, you invite her. You were your running mate.
Yeah,
That's just
it's a glaring omission. It's almost like a sitting president not being at a fucking funeral of a congressman.
But again, I'm using that same logic but that's the same logic you're using, right?
More Democrats were there than fucking Republicans.
That's correct.
I'm willing to bet.
That is true.
He was a fucking Democrat plant. He was a globalist faggot.
It was Obama.
Of course, Joe Biden went there and cried and probably sniffed women's hair at his funeral. I get that, but Sarah Palin was never like they weren't buddies. They did the one campaign. How many years ago was that? 6 years ago. You want them to still be best friends? There are people that won Super Bowl rings together. They're not going to each other's weddings and funerals and shit.
No. John McClane was diehard. People are confused. John McClane's fine. John McCain is dead.
Yeah, no.
Okay?
John McClane, as far as I know.
He's still around. So, let's finish the session thing. Wow, we went off tangent here.
He declined to comment. The president went on to vaguely suggest that Sessions' fate may hinge on whether or not he opens an investigation into Hillary Clinton. Listen up to the audio.
Here we go.
I'd just like to have Jeff Sessions do his job. And if he did, I'd be very happy. But the job entails two sides, not one side.
That apparently a reference to opening an investigation into Hillary Clinton. A few hours later, at last night's rally in Indiana, the president threatened to intervene himself. To what extent, he did not say. As specific as he got was that clip which you just played saying, quote, "I will get involved, I'll get in there if I have to." The president's frustration.
Yeah, but listen, look, here's the thing. Trump could have declassified the stuff whenever he fucking wanted to. All the emails, he could have declassified. He has the power to do all that stuff.
How? They don't have the emails. They're missing. We got like 3,000 out of like 600,000 of Anthony Weiner's emails.
They have. I'll tell you this. I guarantee you, they have the emails. Whether it be through the NSA, whether stuff they could grab. The problem
NSA
comes.
Might, but the FBI definitely doesn't. They didn't keep that shit around.
The problem comes into the fact, I think, that Trump doesn't want to be seen as meddling in an open investigation. That's why he's not doing anything. But, like, for example, the FISA warrant, the one he's always talking about, he can declassify that if he wanted to.
What would be the point, though? It's already been released. Like, the FISA memo's already been released. And people still
redacted.
But they still don't believe it.
Heavily redacted.
Like, that's the thing. People still don't believe it's real. So what's the point? What's releasing it going to do? This is what I get. Like, people are always like, oh, well, we need to release the memos. We need to lock her up. What about her emails? The problem is that half the country still isn't fucking ever. They're never going to care. They're never going to care.
I agree with that. I'm not saying half the country's not going to care. My point is, Trump is the one bitching about that stuff.
Yeah, I know he's bitching, and I'm tired of hearing him bitch about it because it's like, dude, you either shit or get off the pot.
Yeah, it's like 90% redacted, Henry, in the chat.
But I'm sick of hearing the lock her up, huh? What about her email, huh? Then fucking do something or don't. But stop whining about it. Because it's starting to lead me to believe that maybe there's nothing in those emails. And that maybe it's your fucking dumb boogeyman thing. That you like to fucking, what about those emails? I don't know, and show them to me. Or don't. But shut the fuck up. Shut up. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of implied criminality. Either fucking say they did it, say what you think they did, or shut the fuck up. It's getting old. I'm sick of hearing about these two things. Russia and emails. I am fucking sick of it. I am sick of it. I am a fascist anyway. I want all of your rights stripped away. I want fucking 30% of the people in this country kicked out on rickety boats that I don't even know where they're headed. Don't care. So this kind of shit is, I'm so every goddamn day. It's like, but the emails. What about Seth Rich? Look at me. I want you guys to understand this as crystal clear as possible. I don't fucking care about Seth Rich. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. If he wasn't dead already, I'd kill him myself. I'm sick of hearing his name. I'm sick of this shit. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. By the way, none of this is going to reach a conclusion that makes any of us happy. I've been following politics my entire life. It is a stupid, shitty comic book series where every time a character dies, they just bring them back to life in the next issue and they act like nothing ever happened. None of this matters. I don't care anymore. Maybe I'll open up in a bit, but you won't. You won't. Like, even Trump's shtick is starting to just get old with me, man. It's starting. We're 2 years in now. Come up with a new gimmick. Change your gimmick up a little bit. If Trump were a pro wrestler, we'd be sick of him by now.
That's not true. New Day's been around for like 4 years.
They switch it up.
Booty holes and pancakes.
They always switch it up. The horn thing is only recent. They only brought that in like
That's
a
true.
year.
That's
like
true.
they're always, and besides, there's they're fun. They dance. I'm saying this gimmick of fucking 2 years of maybe I'll just do something. I don't know. Maybe he should do his job. Huh? Two sides of the same coin. Maybe I'll do something. Maybe you will, but you probably fucking won't. Let's be honest. Like I'm just tired of the three-ring circus side of this whole fucking thing. Do your job. Shut up.
Is clearly mounting, no doubt magnified by the prospects of Democrats taking over the House in the midterm elections, at which point all Republican investigations of all things DOJ, all things FBI.
Esoteric in the chat says Trump is like 76 years old. The old people don't change. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough. He's going to become a new person at 76?
No, not become a new person, but dial it the fuck back a little bit. Like you won already. It's just, whatever, man.
And Russian collusion will come to an abrupt halt to be replaced.
And also,
by
my other problem with Trump is that he's still doing all the edgy things that get me headlines at Twitter, but he's not actually getting shit done that I want to see get done. We don't have a fucking wall. We don't have an immigration deal. We don't have any of that shit. We just have a blustering asshole running his mouth every day. I'm not seeing the wall. I'm not seeing any kind of restriction. His fucking Muslim ban keeps flip-flopping in court. I don't know. Like, so other than the economy is the best it's been ever in great fine. I make like $200-300 a week. It hasn't changed my life at all. I don't care. I don't care. I wanted to see a bunch of fucking people that don't belong in this country ejected from this country. I wanted to see people who don't share my values physically removed from my country. I'm not getting any of that. I'm getting a whole lot of, maybe I'll play 5D chess, and maybe Jeff Sessions should do, and what about the emails? Seth Rich, the censorship thing is a real problem.
Well, to be fair, though, I mean, again, he is kind of fighting an uphill battle. You know, you want him to do those things, okay, but now I ask you this. How does he do them? Unless you circumvent Congress, how is he going to build the wall?
I don't know. Maybe try to, like, get along. Find one ally on this planet.
But
instead of being cocky guys,
okay,
do
but
everything his way.
hold on. What ally? No, but I want to follow your thinking here because I hear what you're saying. But the other side of that is you're acting like people are going to just start working with him. The problem is Trump can't go out there with a construction crew and start building a wall. It's got to go through Congress. He can't circumvent it. He can't physically go into homes and put them on rickety boats like you want. There's a whole fucking system that you have to do. So the problem is like, I'm sure you want all those things. How would President Mersch do those things?
What I'm saying is I wouldn't say the same fucking thing every goddamn day over and over again. Maybe I'll just put my reading glasses on and I'll start reading emails myself. Maybe I'll I'll do this. I'm sick of hearing, maybe we'll do this. We'll see how this works out. Or maybe we'll do it.
No, we know.
I'm just spitballing here. Like,
we know, but we know what you wouldn't do. What would you do? What should he do? Instead of blackpilling and saying everything's falling apart.
No, I'm not saying everything's falling apart. I'm not being like anti-Trump here. And here's my fucking 365 days I've been nice to Trump. One day I got some shit to say.
No.
One day, and now you're like, you're a fucking traitor.
Not some shit. First off, I never said traitor. I never said any of that. I'm saying in this particular conversation. I'm not talking about your entire life.
Yeah, because I'm fed up today. I'm annoyed today with Trump. Okay. I'm annoyed with maybe and perhaps and maybe, and we'll see how it comes out. We'll see. What I'm saying is I don't have to give you a definitive. I'm
curious.
I'm telling you what I wouldn't do. What I wouldn't do is constantly go on television and go, maybe, who knows? We'll see. Just might. Maybe I'll fire this guy. Who knows? Like, I'm tired of this whole Like, this isn't the fucking season finale of The Wire. This is not a cliffhanger. You faggot. You're the president. You're supposed to come out and go, I am going to make sure that we get to here. And here's how I want to do that. He's not doing that. It's a lot of maybes. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll fire him. Maybe I won't. I'm getting tired of that shit every day. It's maybe. I don't know. Perhaps we'll look into it. I don't know. Like,
Okay.
I'm tired of him saying I don't know. Say something you know.
Okay, that's fine. I hear what you're saying, and I don't even disagree with everything you're saying. But what I am asking you is, new question: what do you think he should do? Not what he should. I know what you think.
But
he should
here's
do.
the thing: going on television, making a conscious effort to not say those things is doing a thing. You're like, I'm giving you the answer, and you don't like the answer because you're like, well, what would you
But what
do?
do you replace it with?
I'm
Nothing?
not the president. I'm not the one who said I had a plan for America. So it's not on me. The onus is not on me to tell you what my plan is because I'm not the one going, maybe we'll play it out. I don't know. Maybe I'll come up with a plan in my sleep tonight. Like, I'm not running the country. But I want the guy running the country to know what the fuck he's doing, not tell me, maybe, I don't know. If you worked at a place where your boss was saying, maybe, perhaps, we'll look into that. I don't know. Maybe I'll become the cook this week. After a while, you'd go, I don't want to work there anymore. It's too stressful. Every day I come into work, my boss has a new plan, and he says a lot of maybes. He's got his name on the fucking building. I don't want the man whose name on the building saying maybes every day. I want him to tell me what the fucking plan is so we can back him up. I can't back up a man who's every day going, maybe, perhaps, I don't know. And what about maybe those emails had this? You never know what was in there. Maybe I'll fire my attorney general. Yeah, after a while you go, I'm tired of the maybes. Tell me what the fuck you're gonna do.
Look,
you're the leader.
I listen. I will agree with you that the maybes and the Twitter stuff isn't great. Sometimes trust me, I get it. So I don't even disagree with that. However, what I am saying is that he is also fighting an uphill battle here. Like, that is and by the way, you were more MAGA guy than I was. I didn't even vote for Trump. But so that's fair perspective here. I didn't even vote for Trump. I voted for stupid Kerry Johnson.
But do you understand maybe, like, I understand that there are people that are just always going to hate Trump, and I get that.
Yes.
He's not making any friends or helping his own cause by implying every day that he's going to fire everyone. I'm sorry. That's not a great way to inspire hope. Now, people can go, well, he's never going to have any friends or allies in the White House. They're all always going to be a good deep state, globalist, fine. But he should still be making efforts too. Like, you know what I mean? That's like me going, if I go in that store right now, everyone in that place is going to hate me right now. And you're like, you don't know that? Like, you haven't even walked into the fucking store yet. Nope. I've already decided everyone in that store is going to hate me. So I'm going to make absolutely no effort to be at all of a human being in any of my exchanges while I go into that store. Now, if I come out and there's a fucking pitchfork mob behind me chasing me, does that prove that I was right, that everybody in that store hated me before I ever set foot in that store? Or do you think that maybe my attitude when I went into the store played a role in how people perceived me while I was in that store? Do you think maybe walking in with the, fuck this, everyone hates me anyway. Hey, lady, fuck you. You think maybe that's why when I left the store, you're like, wow, everybody in that store really does hate you. It's not reaffirming my paranoid bullshit from when I walked into the store. I went in there operating under the assumption these people hate me. So I was a dick to everybody. So now they do fucking hate me. Either way, he's not doing anything to at least try to make any friends in this fucking...
But here's the thing. Mike, we talk about it on the show.
Implying that everybody could be fired tomorrow is not a good way to make people, ingratiate yourself to people. I'm sorry, it's not.
I will 100% agree with you. There's no way that's going to ingratiate yourself to people. But again, we talk about on the show, since we've been doing it for more than a year, no matter if he were to go in there tomorrow and be like, hey, Bal, what's up? What's going on, bro? Hey, we're pals. They're still going to hate him. Like, that threshold has been passed. I will agree with you. If Trump had come in at the beginning and goes, look, I said a lot of stuff during the campaign, but now I'm going to be a president. But he didn't. The problem is, and it seems like you're mad at the stuff that you were happy he was doing a few months ago.
But again, I'm not saying don't do any of it at all. Like, I feel like there's just you taking what I'm saying and going 100%. He can't ever do that again.
I'm
what
not
I'm
saying
saying is
that.
he's got to fucking chill out with this shit. There's a reason people don't like him, and it's not 100% deep state globalists. They just want to get our Trump because he's making America great again. No. He needs to accept his. It's like any other human being on this planet sharing the planet with 7 billion other people. You need to take your fucking responsibility for your role in why you're not liked. Yeah, I get it. He is fighting an uphill battle, and a lot of people are being unfair to him. That being said, he's still an insufferable cunt who needs to be better, who needs to realize, wow, yeah, I am. You know what? I am going into a hostile environment every day. Maybe I shouldn't give these people ammo every moment of every day. I love Trump. I love when he's talking shit on Twitter and getting shit done. But he doesn't need to tweet 700. For every one good tweet every day, there's 750 other tweets that he didn't need to send. So, like, it's getting old. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't deal with a guy who literally every day is coming into work going, maybe I'll fire you. Maybe I'll get rid of you and your whole team and all your assistants and secretaries. Maybe they'll all have to file for unemployment. That's not a likable guy. He's got to chill out on this shit. And then to say, maybe I'll look into it. But you won't, faggot. You won't. So stop it. So either be a fascist or don't be a fascist, but stop trying to like pander to these magatards from California and all. Our president, he's going to get her. He's going to get her himself. It's not going to. He says, well, maybe I'll do that because you fucking retards go, he's going to do it. He's not going to do it. Bad news. He's not going to open his own. He's not going to release the FISA memo. He's not going to open up his own investigation into Hillary. That shit is not going to happen. And
again, I would of course, I've said it on this show too that I don't like how much everything Trump tweets. I'm the first one to tell you that. The only thing I am saying is that one of the main reasons, at least, that we've liked him, and specifically you've liked him, is because he's an insufferable prick. So he's either going to be an insufferable prick and not. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you can be an insufferable prick. You don't have to be Dan Bilzerian. That's my point. You can. There's levels.
Give me a handgun. I'm trained.
As Meek Mill once said, there's levels to this shit. You don't have to be a fucking retard all day. Like, I like women who like to have sex a lot. Doesn't mean I want to have sex all moments of every day. So if I met a nymphomaniac and it's like the 7th time of the day and she's like, why aren't you fucking me for the 7th time today? Eventually I'm going to go, I liked you when I met you, but you want to fuck too much. Trump wants to fuck too much. It's getting annoying. It's getting very annoying.
In the chat says that's what we voted for him because he's brutal.
I get it. I like things in moderation. I like people that do things. I don't like anyone who's obsessed with things. And Trump is obsessed with having sound bites where he'll imply, maybe I'll fire everybody. I don't care about any of this. It's about me. And after a while, here's the thing. Many of you have dated or been in relationships before where you liked something about someone and that person just kept doing it and doing it and doing it to excess, until finally one day you woke up and you went, I don't love this person anymore. So, yeah, I'm allowed to wake up one day and go, maybe I don't love this person anymore. I'm getting sick of his fucking bullshit rhetoric. And the thing is, my problem is, I wouldn't even care if he went totally over the top, just became a fascist, started locking Hillary and people up, like using military police.
He wouldn't be elected again
to cuff people. Dude, the way we're going now, I mean, he's going to have the economy to run on. That's it. That's what he has right now.
You're right.
He has the economy.
But that's all you really need for most people. If you're making money, you're usually going to get real. I mean, that's just look. Historically speaking, if people are making money, I agree with you. Listen, I'm not. I agree with you that there's no wall. I get that. I got it. What I'm at, but the question I have
is, we got Space Force, but we don't have a wall.
We don't have Space Force yet either.
So
Space Force is an idea. I agree that we don't have a wall.
Space Force is more steps into development than the fucking wall is. So no, we are closer to Space Force than we are fucking wall.
I get it.
Build a wall. That's all you kept saying, and that's all most of us wanted. Most of us wanted you to remove the illegal immigrants. You have failed to do so stunningly. Okay? If he fucking keeps this pace up, he might tie with Obama for most deportations for a president ever. Might, but I doubt it. So yeah, I'm sorry. None of the things other than good economy, lower taxes has been delivered on. Blustering personality, lower taxes, good economy. Well, two of those are the same fucking thing, first of all. Okay? Stop going, we have lower taxes and the best economy ever. Shut up. We have lower taxes, so we have now the best economy ever. You did one thing. He did one thing. And I'm not anti-Trump. That's not how this works, Spurgs. He's against Trump now. No. But when do we get the other things? Other than him just shit-mouthing Jeff Sessions. When do we get the other things?
Do you think that if tomorrow, right, Trump were to cut back his tweets by, let's say, 60% and only tweet about things that matter, do you think if Trump went in there and tried being nicer to some people in Congress, do you think then that a bill would pass and a wall would go up? I'm asking your opinion.
No,
I'm just questioning.
No, of course we wouldn't get our wall magically like that. And I'm not saying be nice.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not saying be... Okay, wrong term. Be less of a cunt. You don't have to be nice, but at least be less of a cunt.
Yeah, he should be less of a cunt, period. Be a cunt when it counts. But I feel like this old demented-ass fool is thinking that now, like, every time people go, yeah, when he does something cunty, he thinks it's great. So he thinks, oh, more of that.
But he's always been. That's nothing new.
No, it's getting worse. If you don't think that President Trump is getting worse in the past 6 months, you're not following him. You're not following him closely enough. I follow him religiously on Twitter. I still retweet some of his sentiments. He's getting worse. He's getting worse. He's not getting better. And I'm not saying be nice, but yeah, be less of a cunt. You don't have to go, fathead Mr. Magoo, faggot, asshole, scumbag, probably has retarded children, and I think he has a fat daughter. You're not getting anything done with that bullshit,
That would
dude.
be funny, though.
It was funny for 2 years, dude, but how long is he going to do the same fucking shtick? It's like...
Do you want me to answer your question?
This is kind of like...
Do you want me to answer your question? He's going to do the same shtick for the rest of his life. It's not going to change.
He's not. Then I'm telling you, he's got to change it up. He's got 2 years. He's going to do the same shtick as a one-term president if he keeps this up. He needs to adjust his game. He's not going to win again in 2020 on this, I'm just cool and you're a fat pig and I'll fire whoever the fuck I want. It's not going to get him elected twice. That was a great boom. You're not going to capture that lightning a second time. He needs to be fucking presidential next time he runs. And we got 2 years till then?
A little bit more than 2 years, yeah.
It's not going to happen. He's not going to win mark my words, he is not going to win a second term as president of the United States calling Rosie O'Donnell a fat pig. It's not going to happen. Second term, he needs to be presidential. He needs to be incumbent, presidential, President Trump. He can't be the fat pigs, maybe, I don't care, fuck it. We'll see how it plays out. I don't know, it's up to Congress.
But don't you think Cat's already out of the bag? Like, even if he tries to be presidential now, it's too late?
No, he was very presidential at the fucking, at his inauguration. He was very presidential.
State of the Union.
The night of the election, when he won, he can be presidential if he wants to be. This shit is him not wanting to be. And I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you guys. Trump is so perfect, it's all win. Guess what? He can fuck up too. And he's isolated and he's doing everything himself. He's going to fuck this up if he doesn't start accepting help.
Filipino Shea says he did appoint a new Supreme Court justice and maybe two.
Is he in yet? So relax. He's not going to get him fucking. He's certainly not helping him get him fucking in there. He's not going to get confirmed while he's out there fucking screaming a bit. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is it gonna help Kavanaugh get fucking confirmed if Trump's a little nicer? Probably not. But he's not fucking helping. So shut up a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's so many people. Like, people are still giving him credit for shit he hasn't even done yet. We got Kavanaugh. No, we don't. But the immigration and the wall, we never got that. But the economy and the lower taxes. No. You mean the better economy due to lower taxes. See all this like creepy language? Like, we're turning into the left with all this manipulation of language.
Well, no, whoa.
Better
Hold
economy
on,
and lower taxes. It's the same thing.
The economy was getting better before the tax bill. So it was. The Dow Jones and all that was going up before he even drafted
you know
the
why?
tax bill.
Do you know why? Because Trump ran on lower taxes. Because the markets were anticipating the tax cuts. This is not a fucking, like, it's not a big mystery. When a Republican wins election, the economy always goes up because they're like, oh, cool, we're getting lower taxes.
That and
every time.
That and if we're being fair, though, that and also deregulation. He has pulled a lot of
deregulation. I believe his promise was two down for everyone he was
going to put in, yes.
Another lie that he hasn't accomplished. So, again, I'm not anti-Trump, but some of you people need to stop acting like he's just shitting golden eggs, because he's not. That's the only problem I'm having here is everybody, president. Okay, well, I don't want my president fucking implying on Twitter, no less, every other week that he's going to fire our attorney general. I don't want a president like that. I don't. Yeah, once in a while, posing with a Big Mac and a Diet Coke on your private jet is hilarious. Posting with KFC on your private jet's kind of funny. But now I'm starting to feel like we just have the Big Mac and KFC every night for president dinner. It's just like, dude, come on, man.
Kevin Filipino says, but he has removed 23 regs per one written and signed. That, according to what Filipino says, I would have to look that up. I don't know. I'm just reading what the chat's saying. You could fact check that. Because he's always getting shit for removing different regulations. How many regulations is this from Marketplace? This is from January. Within 11 months of my administration, he has canceled or delayed over 1,500 planned regulatory actions or assaults more than any president in history of the United States. So this is from January. He's removed 1,500.
All right. So, look, I could be wrong on that.
Yeah. It looks like Filipino is right. It looks like 23 to 1.
I'll concede that I'm wrong on that issue.
23 to 1.
But still, I mark my words. And again, I mean, you guys can beat me up all you want, but it's like I've got probably one of the highest batting averages out of any of these fucking YouTube fags. He's not going to win re-election unless he changes his stale gimmick. I'm telling you that right now. This gimmick is not going to work in 2 years. It's not.
I hear what you're saying, and I do agree about the tweeting so much. But number one, he ain't going to change his gimmick. That's not going to happen. And I do think if the economy is good, just looking historically speaking, he will get reelected. That's what, if people have money, they're going to reelect the guy who's giving them money. That's just the way it's always been, dude. I mean, and
you think
change.
that there's between now and 2020, there's not going to be.
There could be a bump. You're right.
They're not going to. You know what? By the way, all they got to do to fuck Trump is raise interest rates. That's all they have to do, and he's fucked.
Listen.
So before we get too he's running on a good economy. Good, they'll raise interest rates 1%, and guess what? Shit economy again. But then you're proving my point right now. You're proving the point that I'm making. So then if Trump tomorrow starts playing ball and is more presidential and they still want to fuck him, they can, and then he still doesn't get reelected. So, I mean, that's my point. What I'm saying is he needs more than just good economy to run on, because they can take that economy from him.
And if they take that economy from him, he would have to do a mountain of other things to counteract that. That's the problem. It is a stacked deck. You would at least agree it's a stacked deck.
Look, this goes back to my original issue with Trump. Okay, I don't, because again, and I think some people are taking this the wrong way. I'm not mad that he's abrasive. Oh, what are you, a cuck now? You don't like the way Trump? I am not tired of Trump's abrasiveness or any of this. I'm tired of his maybes. I'm tired of his we'll sees. I'm tired of his maybe I'll just do this. Oh, well, we'll just create a whole new office. We'll get rid of it. I'm tired of his spitballing on live national television. I'm tired of that. I want a leader. I want a guy who, even when he doesn't have an answer, pretends to have an answer. That is the job of the President of the United States. George W. Bush stood out on the 9/11 rubble with no fucking idea what he was going to do, and he conveyed to the nation confidence and a firm-handed resolve that we were going to fix this and that we had a plan. We didn't have a plan. The plan was 9/11. But the point is, I don't like the maybes and the we'll see. We'll just play it by ear. No, you're the fucking president of the United States. Don't fucking play it by ear, please.
Wow, you got 42-minute rant on President Trump this morning.
Just say, dude, I'm serious. I'm sick of the gimmick. And again, go ahead. Fucking, I love how I bash Trump one day, now the whole chat turns on me. Oh, you're a red-pilled libertarian. You're wrong all the time. I don't know what fucking show you're watching, red-pilled libertarian, but I'm right a lot. So much so, I could afford to say 100 wrong things today, and it wouldn't even affect my batting average. So go fuck your mother, first of all. Secondly,
do you want a painkiller? You're really upset today, bro.
Like you could get painkillers.
No, I'm not saying I can, but I'm asking.
Royce will be like, I could get my hands on some Anacin.
Yeah. What do you want from me? You're the one coming in hot, dude.
Because I make one criticism about the president, and even
no, we've criticized the president before. I criticized him about the trade deal.
Watching everybody. But you were like, steel tariffs aren't good. I'm like, I'm getting sick of this man and the way he conducts himself. The entire chat. Trump is God Emperor. Okay, fine. You know what? You're right. He's perfect. He's never done anything wrong. There aren't. By the way, there are a lot of things I let go during the election because I like Trump. I wanted to see him get election. He really did not pay contractors in New York that went out of business.
Oh, I know.
He really has done a lot of. So stop fucking with this. Oh, he's insulting my president. Go fuck yourselves. Please. Half of you people were calling Obama a fucking chimp and a gorilla for 8 years. I don't want to hear now that suddenly he's being mean to our God Emperor president with his golden locks. He's fucking subject to criticism too. So stop.
Well, let me point something out. I was the first one, and against you, by the way, when I was criticizing his tariffs pretty hardcore, and you were standing up for the tariffs and whatever. So I don't think the problem is criticizing him because this isn't a show that we haven't criticized Trump. All right, nobody thinks we're MAGA QAnon boomers either. We criticize Trump plenty when he fucking deserves it. He gets hit pretty hard in the show. You just seem to be extra angry today than normal.
Yeah, I am angry. I'm in fucking pain. My tooth hurts. And a fucking holiday weekend coming up where I'll just lay around in fucking tooth pain. All right? And this shit is annoying. It is. I'm sorry. You guys can all disagree with me. I'm not going to concede that you guys are right. He's being a fucking twat every day on television. There is a great amount of time that you can collect that he's been spent dedicated to being a twat on television and Twitter that I think could be better spent doing other things. Sorry, okay? We all complained when Obama sat in Hawaii fucking getting his dick sucked by young men hanging out with Beyonce, okay? I'm allowed to criticize my president because he can't stop going on TV and going, maybe, baby, I'll have you. Maybe, baby. Maybe, baby. How about this, Trump? Before you go on TV, have a plan. And if you don't have a plan, lie. Lie and say you have a plan. That's how I like my president to be. I don't like president, maybe. Maybe I'll just eliminate the attorney general position. I don't know. Is he really even that important? Like, he says dumb shit like that, and you go, this fucking guy, man. Like, I know you're busting chops, but it's
I could listen back to the show and hear you fucking rah-rahing when he said dumb shit like that.
Yeah, once in a while. He's doing this
more
every
than once in a while.
Once in a while when he does it. Do we talk about Trump doing something every day?
No, but at least a couple times a week. At least.
Okay. What I'm saying is he's been doing it every fucking day. For a while, he wasn't doing it every day. A couple of days would go by. He was huddled down in the West Wing getting work done, and then he would come out and say something dumb. To me, it feels like, and again, I'm not I am not buying the Russia collusion bullshit. I think that whole thing is a witch hunt. But they are applying pressure. They're upping the pressure. And the more they increase the pressure on this investigation, the crazier he's been acting. He's been saying crazier shit lately and timing it. And that's the other thing. You guys want to fucking deal with him? Fine, that's whatever. I'm not going to let this man pander to me and think he's fucking smart. You know what? They just indicted Cohen today. I'll say something about white farmers in South Africa. That'll get everybody going. Like
I'll agree with Guy Burns that Trump is treading water. He is treading water. That I'll tell you for sure. He is. He is kind of. I do agree with the shit or get off the pot. I will agree with you that if he's going to fire Sessions, he should either fucking do it or stop talking about it. I agree with everything that you're saying. However, that being said, I also believe that you will at least agree with me that Trump is still in between a rock and a hard place. Even with all your criticisms being true, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So I agree with you with the whole he shouldn't say this, shouldn't say that, and he's my president. It's not my job. Okay, fine. But what I'm asking is, what should he have? What would he have to do in the situation that he's in right now for you, Mersh, to feel more comfortable? Like, what do you think he has to do?
Get to work. Like once in a while, you get the good soundbite. You drive the left nuts. You get them to react. And it was fun. For a while, Trump would say something. The left would spurg the fuck out, and they would look crazy. Mm-hmm. The problem is, the more he says this shit, the more their spurging out is starting to look justified. We're 2 years into this presidency, and he's talking about opening up his own executive branch investigations. And again, I'm all for that. I want fascism. I want to fling people out of this country on a trebuchet. So I'm all for that. The problem is he's not going to do any of it. You know what I mean? He's just doing this to upset. Maybe I'll do it. And everybody goes, ah! And after a while, it's like the boy who cried wolf. Fucking do something or don't. But I'm sick of him. And then I'm sick of him using issues that many of us are very passionate about as ways to distract from his own problems. I mean, Michael Cohen takes a plea deal in that day. I think these South African farmers are getting murdered. We need to do something about this. Fucking Manafort gets fucking convicted. You know, online censorship is a serious thing. Like, I start to go, man, fuck you, dude. I see through what you're doing. But I see through what you're doing.
Listen, you've made your point for the last 49 minutes now. What I'm asking you, though, is, because I asked you the question, what does he need to do? You keep telling me what he shouldn't do. What do you want him to do to make it happen?
Get off fucking Twitter a little bit more. Get off TV a little bit more. Play a little bit less golf. Do your fucking job.
His job. Should he
I know, I was never even good. I'm not going to even leave the White House. There's so much work to be done.
Should he fire Sessions?
Here's my thing. I don't know if he should or not. But do something, make your decision, and then shut the fuck up about it. Like a man would do. Like a man who's a boss at a job would do. Make your decision, and then live with the repercussions of whatever fucking decision you made. But enough of this, maybe, I don't know, maybe. Fucking do it then. Fire him. Faggot, do it. Do a flip. But just enough of because again, every week I'm just sick of the spitballing. Stop spitballing on national television. That's not your job.
So Pinochet says that wasn't timed with Manafort's thing. That happened literally right as they amend their laws to seize white land. This didn't happen months ago, and he waited until Manafort to do it. Look, I agree that Trump is really good at shifting the blame at other things. Trust me, I'm with you. What I am saying is that, look, I've criticized Trump on this show. You could listen back, probably more than you have if we're being fair, specifically with the tariffs thing. I remember really going hard on Trump. However, I understand what you're saying. Make a decision to move on. But I'm asking you, would it make you happy if he either A, stops talking about Sessions, or B, fires him?
Either of the two. I don't care which one. Either of those two would make me happier than just listening to him fucking spitball every week on TV. Maybe we'll fire him. Maybe we'll just rearrange his job description. I don't know. Every day I get a new idea every hour. That's the thing I have a problem with. It's like, yeah, fire him. If you fired him and went, he needed to go. He was refusing to do his job. And I'm never going to speak on the man again. It's done. Please meet your new attorney general, somebody who's not a woman.
Trey Gowdy.
Anyone who's not a woman. And I would go, there you go. Let's do that. No, he wouldn't go with Trey Gowdy because Trey Gowdy's not pro-Trump. Trey Gowdy's not going to be his little bitch boy. He's way too independent. Like he is. He'd be like, if Trump did something, Trey Gowdy would lock him up himself. Trey Gowdy's that kind of lunatic. I don't care. Get the cuffs from going down there right now.
Red Pill Libertarian says, I think he's trying to make Sessions quit so he can't get to lobby anymore. Firing him will allow him to lobby still.
Okay, well, he's not going to. I think that
Sessions isn't going to quit.
When you call somebody Mr. Magoo fag.
I don't think he ever called him fag. But yes, Mr. Magoo. I will agree.
When you call him Mr. Magoo Fagowitz, and he doesn't quit, he's probably not going to quit after that, right? Right? I mean, once you start slinging insults on Twitter to your subordinates and they don't quit, I think he's got a little more fortitude than you think, Trump. I don't think he's leaving. Does Sessions look like a guy who will leave?
He might die, but I don't think he's going to leave.
Sessions is not a guy who signs a resignation letter that you wrote for him. You know what I mean?
Sessions is old school.
Yeah.
Is old school fucking. He's an old school in every way. He's old school law enforcement.
Well, I'll file a grievance. I don't care. I'll file a grievance with the union, and then I'll sit in this chair until I die. They would. Yeah. So it's just like, like I said, I'd be happy with either one. Just tired of the fucking let's play shit by ear. Let's have strategy sessions live on television and on Twitter. I hate that shit. I don't want to. I do like that my president's a bit transparent on Twitter. I don't want to see his entire stream of consciousness.
Hold on a second. I'm going to. Hey, Brian Mullen, shut the fuck up, all right, man? We're having a debate. It's okay to disagree. But now maybe Revenge of the Sis will be the next Young Turks of 2020.
No, let's get
Shut up.
I want to establish.
Shut up.
No, he's totally right. Yo, Brian Mullins, I am actually a liberal now. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
I'm going to be coming out as trans. I love communism, and I want to have sex with your children. So that's the new ROTC going into the. You're a fucking retard. It's called criticizing. Let's get something straight. I still like Trump. Okay, the way I'm talking about Trump right now is the way somebody would be at a bar talking about their wife. It doesn't mean you hate your wife. Am I wrong?
No, I'm not. Listen,
you could picture yourself at a bar yelling about the missus.
I will say,
same way.
I will say this: you have criticized Trump before, so this isn't. Listen, anyone listening to the show knows that both
and
of
I've
us,
also sucked his dick on this show before many times.
I know we have, but I don't know if it's because of toothache or the lack of sleep. You seem angrier than normal. That I will say. You do seem a little bit more. A little bit angrier than normal.
I wouldn't wish on you to lie in bed for 5 hours trying to sleep, and instead just going, "Oh no, this throbbing pain. Oh, I much prefer that over sleep."
Listen, I had trust me. I've had IBS. I've had anxiety. I've had fucking days where I don't sleep. I am not saying you should be in a good mood. I get why you're in a bad mood. You were very clear at the beginning of the show why you were.
But also, my toothache has no bearing on what a fucking annoying twat Trump has been lately.
Listen, I don't think you hear what I'm saying.
Very annoying.
I agree. I agree. Look,
I agree.
Regressive. Look, I 100% understand what your points are. I'm not saying that because of your toothache now you're mad at Trump. That's ridiculous. That's stupid.
That's what it is. He took away the individual mandate.
I
could have went and had my tooth taken care of.
Is this the Young Turks?
Yes, this is the Young Turks. Who's this?
This is Sam. What's up?
Who? I'm sorry?
Samaria.
Sam?
Oh, hey, Sam. What's
up, doll?
So I don't agree with you, at all.
Okay, well, it's America. You're allowed.
And the fact that I think I have a little bit of political knowledge, too. I think Trump is doing a really good job endorsing people, and he is helping them get Brett Kavanaugh approved because he's pushing the Senate to remain majority GOP. In fact, he is helping.
Can I be fair, though? You were a Bernie bro a year and a half ago, and then you campaigned for Pat Little, who's a fucking CIA agent. So look, my point is...
I know, but I understand politics.
I
understand
can't take
that away from me.
I know,
Like, you were
I
a
understand
comedian
that, but
2 years ago, just saying.
But I have been voting, and I have been voting Republican since you were probably still sort of learning cursive. So I'm telling you, I've been alive for many, many, many presidents.
Yeah,
Okay.
you fucking civilian.
And for everybody else who wants to keep trying to compare Trump to Reagan, that nigga ain't no Reagan, okay? That's all I'm going to say. You can disagree with me on this issue, but you kind of came barreling out of the gate with a lot of condescension, and, I mean, you know, you're a kid. So I appreciate
I'm
it.
condescending. Like, it's not a surprise to anybody.
I understand that, Samaria, but your campaign experience consists of working for Pat Little. So,
Does it? Because I started working for politics when I was 19. That gives me how many years of experience? And I called that Trump was going to win in 2015 when I was a Bernie bro, by the way.
But you were wearing a Bernie shirt.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I can't get lectured by somebody who campaigned for Bernie. How can you tell? I grew up in New York. I grew up in New York. I've seen Home Alone 2 15 times when I was a kid. I grew up in New York. I've lived around, immersed in the world of Trump. So I'm just saying, while I appreciate you disagreeing with me, you should be less condescending.
Esoteric in the chat says, yeah, Reagan granted 5 million illegal citizenship. He did do that. He did do that. Reagan did do that, if we're being fair. Trump has been better with immigrants than Reagan was. Look, that is true. He did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But again, where's the wall?
I get where's the wall, but now I'm asking you again.
I knew we were going to get a wall. I just didn't realize we were building it and then shipping it to Israel. But good for them, and I'm glad that they've got a wall, and I'm very happy for them. That's all. All I'm saying
anything else, Sam?
By the way, you're not.
I don't agree.
So you're disagreeing with me that I think that the president shouldn't go on Twitter and television and have a stream of consciousness. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. That kind of shit. You think that's good? You think it's good when somebody goes on Twitter and goes, I don't know, maybe I'll abolish ICE. Maybe I'll expand it. Maybe I'll just get rid of the EPA. Maybe I'll fire missiles into the moon and see what happens. Like, you can't have a guy doing that 24/7 on Twitter. He's running the free world. Maybe he should get some sleep. Have a fucking burrito, a late night burrito, and get some rest instead of tweeting all the time.
I don't have a painkiller, but I do have a Xanax. I'm going to give you a Xanax.
I don't agree with you. I think his tweet rants are great, but whatever. Just what do I know, right? I was Bernie bro.
Listen, first of all, you're the one that called in and went, I think I know a little bit more than you. I ran campaigns. So to be fair, hey. You were a little cunty right out of the gate, so you sort of need to go back, re-listen to your call, and understand that you came at me with an attitude, and I'm going to be nice because you're taking little shot. Oh, you were a comedian 2 years ago. I don't want to be mean to you, Samaria, because I like you a lot. You've been very nice to us, but you're being very nasty to me. I was not nasty to you. I could be nasty to you. I choose not to.
No, you were. You were just saying, hey, you were a Bernie bro a year and a half ago.
No.
That's a pretty, that's a jab.
But you saying you were a comedian too. You said that first. You said you were a comedian 2 years ago.
Yeah, you've never worked in elections, ever.
That's fine. But you hear this like you're dripping with talking down to me right now. Because, like, again, Samaria, I could get into you've talked to me a lot off the air about a lot of things you've done in your life. Some things kind of regrettable. And again, I'm not going to bring your past into this like you just did to kind of condescend to me. I'm going to take the higher road. Next phone call or whatever. I don't want to talk.
Thanks for calling in, Sam.
Because that was, you can go back and listen to that. That was kind of shitty. So I'm not even dealing with that right now. So I'm going to not do anything I regret.
You've been really mad.
Did that not start off a little shitty?
Both of you were kind of being shitty, being fair.
No, don't ever fucking go, you were a comedian 2 years ago. I've run campaigns.
But
you ran Pat Little's campaign. Stop it. That's not a fucking guy running around the town holding up signs that say Jews rape kids is not a real campaign, Sam. Stop. Stop it. And robocalling for Bernie is not that's not the inner workings of politics. It's robocalling people. And then you fucking right off the gate, I know more than you. You were a comedian. And again, Sam, I'm not going to take nasty shots like you did, but I could.
Well, it's kind of a shot when you say it that way. Look, we got to go to break. That was the whole first hour. What do you say we come back the second hour and do some fun Friday show stuff instead of like
literally the person that calls me every day, what should I do? I need advice. What should I do? First chance she gets. This is what women do, by the way, folks.
Oh boy, here we go. I thought you weren't going to be nasty.
This is what women do. They call you every day for advice. They ask you every day for things. They want you. They look up to you. They do. And then as soon as you make one mistake, they love to show everyone in the room how much more they know about you, about life than you. I'm sorry, but I am not going to be talked to that way by somebody who wouldn't talk to me that way if they didn't have an audience to talk to me that way in front of. Somebody who I have been very nice to, never done anything wrong to. That was a shitty way to come at me on my show. Period.
Do you want to go to break?
Let's go to
break.
break.
We need to go to break. All right, that does need to happen. RevengeOfTheSys.com/donate if you want to help us out. Patreon.com/We're Not Sorry is how you help the show out. We'll be up in Washington, D.C. in a couple weeks. We are going to go to break. Hopefully when we come back, we'll move on a little bit from some of the Trump stuff. What do you say, guys? By the way, just so and I know you've said it, but just to reiterate before we go to break, you still going to vote for Trump?
Probably.
Okay.
I have to. Am I going to vote for a Democrat?
Yeah. So everyone calm the fuck down. We were having a debate. Chill the fuck out, all right? Everyone freaks out immediately if they disagree. It's like a fucking the sky's falling thing.
And
relax.
And for future reference,
relax.
Toothache or no toothache, even if I'm in a good mood, if any of you ever condescend to me about my past, what I've done for a living, how much more you know about me, I want you to know this. You will be dead to me immediately. We don't play that shit around here. I don't play that shit. We don't play that shit. So, and it's not just because it was directed at me. If any of you ever do it to other people, well, fuck you. What do you know? All you are is a drywall installer. Yeah. If you guys ever do that in this community, I'll fucking zap you so quick. So I'm really mad at Samaria right now.
We're going to go.
Oh, I'm going to tell you some shit off the air.
We'll go to break. We'll be right back in 5 minutes. Stay where you are. Revenge of the Sis.
The most exciting 2 hours of television is back with an all-new Revenge of the Sis. As Royce and Mersch continue to track an international deep state pedophile ring, their journey to the nation's capital is put on hold as Orlando's best police cops receive a cryptic message from an old colleague.
It's a message from my old partner. He needs to see us in Los Angeles right now. Says it's related to our case.
Do you trust him?
As much as I trust you, partner.
What's to know then? A detour from their original investigation finds these no-nonsense detectives in the middle of Hollywood.
Thanks for meeting me. We can't talk low. They're probably following me.
Who's following you?
The Podesta brothers. They've got eyes everywhere, Lopez.
Now trapped between deep state globalists and the Hollywood elite, Lopez and Mersch are on the case. They're no longer avenging Orlando. They're saving America. And this week, they're taking on Pedowood.
I've been working this case. This Dan Schneider guy, producer at Nickelodeon, he's into kids. Or feet. Or kids' feet.
Yeah, the iCarly guy.
How do you know all this?
Thanks for meeting me.
No problem, Miss Bynes.
This is Amanda Bynes? Jesus, she looks terrible.
Dude, she can hear you.
Watch this week as the web grows bigger, the case becomes more complex, and more older model cars get wrecked and plenty of nameless extras get shot. This week on an all-new Revenge of the Sis, followed by Nazi Lawyer. USA, hotels don't have Netflix.
With this performance in Delaware.
To make your shopping day a little easier.
Mervyn's Dollar Day sale is going on right now, and that means great buys on clothes for kids. All this week, you can save on boys' clothes by Campus Le Tigre. short-sleeve Le Tigre knits are the shirts all the boys will be wearing back to school.
Do you like pranks, guns, and jokes about retarded people? Well, so do we, but odds are your liberal snowflake friend doesn't. How would you like an easy, cost-effective way of screwing with that friend anonymously without losing your Twitter account? Guns for Tards is the perfect way to trigger SJW anonymously through the mail. For a low fee, your target will receive a beautifully designed professional mailer from our fictional Guns for Tards charity containing a thank you letter for their donation. They'll be led to believe that money was donated in their name to a charity that advocates Second Amendment rights for the mentally handicapped people in their area. For a few extra bucks, they will receive pictures and a detailed profile of a retarded person who they helped harm. It's all fun and games, well, except for that idiot who gets this in their mailbox and freaks out. Messing with someone through the mail is effective. Most people do it trolling over the internet, but regular mail is way more invasive. Whether it's a boss, an ex, or a liberal professor you don't like, this is the perfect way to screw with someone anonymously for the cost of a cup of coffee. Well, a cup of coffee in Manhattan, in a fancy coffee shop. Check out www.gunsfortards.com and select a package today. Use promo code MERSH for 10% off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We can make him better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster. A new night, a new time. The Sully Show returns to More Like Radio, Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern before Dutch and Royce. Tuesday nights will never be the same.
I am the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace. I am a thatched roof cottage in Wales. I am the best of Great Britain. I am British Caledonian Airways.
From Time Life Music comes a one-of-a-kind Rat Pack collection, their most bigoted songs. All your favorite once-acceptable hits like Drunk Old Injun.
The drunk old Injun squatting in his teepee, fire water keeping him warm.
Jewish Nose.
She's got a big, beautiful Jewish nose, and it's there 2 minutes early wherever she goes.
Dean Martin singing Chinaman's Chants.
And Mr. Chinaman say in his Chinaman way, a ding-a-ling, a ching-a-chong, a ching-a-chong-choo.
Pew Stinky Frenchman.
Paris is lovely and Nice sure is nice, and Marseille is charming with champagne on ice. But you stinky Frenchmen haven't a clue. Pew stinky Frenchmen, frog you.
Hey there, Fruity.
Hey there, Fruity, you can do my hair. Hey there, Fruity, don't touch me down there. Hey there, Fruity, again I don't approve.
And many more.
Second hour Revenge of the Sis on a Friday show. An upbeat and cheery Friday show. Everyone's in a good mood. We're having some laughs.
Can I clarify a misconception going on in the chat room?
Absolutely.
By the way, guys.
Absolutely, you can.
When you're a listener or somebody who calls the show, right?
Yeah.
And you get nasty with me or whatever, and I get nasty back. When people in the chat room go, wow, that person owned Mersh, I just want to establish something. The reason why it's easy to get us is because you actually know about my life, because I'm honest with you. So, you see, it's easy to go after the comedian guy who does radio every day because I talk about my life earnestly, openly, honestly with you people. You know all of my warts. So it's easy for people to call into the show who aren't totally honest about their lives and take shots at you.
and everybody goes, oh, shit, yeah, that person got owned. Again, you only owned me because one of us is honest, and people know about me.
No, the chat's saying no. They were saying that you owned her. Other way around. Just a couple of people saying in the chat.
There were a few people saying I got owned.
Yeah, but
like,
so
why?
what? Who
Because
cares?
People are like, oh, you're the drunk comedian. Yeah, because you only know that because I've told you that, because I've brought you into my lives. So when people who are closed off, people who lie about their lives a lot, they tend to get away with stuff because people are like, man, that person has no flaws. No, I just took the high road, as we Irish folk like to do in our hilly geography.
By the way, was this one of those occasions where we turned the wheel again? Because I mean, here's something I want to say something now. Okay, to understand is that everyone needs to calm the fuck down. All right, Mike and I are. If we debate,
oh yeah, niggas thought we were fighting. Did you see that too?
Yeah,
everyone thought we were fighting off the air. We're the only ones not fighting.
We're not fighting.
You guys are all arguing. We're like, me and him. We're like, I gotta pack a bowl. I gotta get some water.
You don't
gave me a codeine so I can eat fucking.
You don't think that me and him, in as long as we've been doing radio, have disagreed and debated stuff? We can debate stuff here, guys, and disagree.
When I said I need to talk to you off the air, that had nothing to do with. That wasn't one of those. Rah, you son of a bitch! I had to tell him something, and I'm like, kill these mics now, motherfucker.
Right? No,
it was something that I realized I hadn't told him yet, and I'm like, oh, it's relevant to this. We'll be back.
Look,
we weren't
so
fighting.
First off, calm down. Secondly, I will reiterate, we are a comedy show first and foremost. I know the first hour wasn't like that because we talk about everything. Let me ask you a question. Seriously, now, real stuff here. Would you rather this be a circle jerk stream like all the other ones where they all agree and repeat Ben Shapiro's talking points?
Yeah, you want Dave Rubin? Go watch Dave
Yeah,
Rubin.
or would you rather have people that have independent thoughts and maybe disagree? Who gives a shit? Look, I just might disagree with some of the stuff Mike says, but to be honest with you, and I've said this on air openly, Mike is a bigger Trump supporter than I am, and I'm voting for Trump next election. I mean, but that being said, Mike was on the fucking MAGA train when Ted Cruz was still in the goddamn race.
I'm still on the train, but I'm allowed to get onto the train, take my seat, and then complain once in a while.
No, because then, guys, calm down. Listen, people could debate. People could have fucking differences of opinion. You guys should goddamn know that by now. Like, again, we've had fucking white nationalists on the show. We've had fucking hoteps on the show. Like, we'll have whatever. We'll talk. So we disagreed. Would you rather me just say, yeah, no, Mike, you're right? Or would you rather Mike just go, yeah, true, even though he doesn't believe it? Look, people get pissed off. Calm down, all right?
It's just getting on my nerves. Doesn't mean I'm done with Trump. Like, everybody was like, oh, what are you, Young Turks now? You're going to be a liberal? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Because I that's how quickly I abandoned people.
Yeah.
Is that I get annoyed with them. I go, you know what? I'm done. I'm out of here.
And if you don't think two people debating on the radio and giving opinions is good radio, then I don't know what to fucking tell you. Go listen to fucking, I don't know, 1,000 of the other shows that have the same three people on all the time.
Yeah, it's just, people, whatever.
Mike and I, we didn't personally attack each other.
You can be in love with somebody and be at a wedding or something with them, and they can get too drunk and start being obnoxious, and you can go, fuck, here we go again with this shit with this bitch. Doesn't mean you're not, like, it doesn't mean you're going to murder her or leave her. It just means you're like, I'm just tired of this shit you do all the time.
All right, can we move on, though? You want to move on now?
No.
All right. Look, Mike, you were saying...
Oh, wow, he's alive again? Wow,
this is a hologram. It's Coachella. No.
Coming out with Tupac?
Hologram McCain. It's going to do Gangster's Paradise with Coolio. Look, like you said, it's a day. We have to take this seriously, okay?
No, that was... We're past that now.
No, I get it, but I'm setting up the clip. This is the day it happened. This was the announcement on NBC. All right? Very solemn. You ready? All right. Okay, here we go. Sorry it's off of TV.
My own man anymore. I was my country's.
Harry Smith, NBC News, New York.
And again this evening, the breaking news, NBC News confirming the death of Senator John McCain.
Very somber.
At the age of 81.
Good.
This has been an NBC News
Very
special
somber.
report. We will
Very
return
somber.
to our regular programming on the NBC network.
Thank God.
Our live coverage
A war
continues
hero just
on
died,
MSNBC.
Mike. A war hero just... It's two fat guys wearing dolphin masks walking back and forth.
Well, I think this is an appropriate send-off for such a man of such stature.
Hold on. This is real quick. One more time.
The NBC network. Our live coverage continues on MSNBC.
They're wearing dolphin masks and they have like an air thing in their belly buttons.
But this is a beautiful story about the life and birth and then circle. And
Oh,
then,
okay.
coming back from. Look, I don't.
Who says TV's dead, huh?
I mean, the one cool thing about people breaking into a, whatever, breaking through a broadcast is the randomness of it. And it is always usually interrupting really weird shit, which makes it funnier. 9/11's the best example because it happened in the morning, so there was no real TV on yet. It was all those wacky morning shows.
Right.
So every Regis Philbin's in there with a fucking chef's hat on. They're making creme brulee in the morning. I've never made creme brulee. I don't even know what I'm doing. Everybody's just having fun and shilling their products, and but there's always that change in tone. What do you like? It's like a delicious flaming dessert. It's amazing. We bring you a breaking news. Of course, sad news today. And then it goes right back to the creme brulee. Never done it before. This is insane.
Can somebody please get just this clip, find a better version of it, and intersplice it after really important announcement? It's like John F. Kennedy's death. Right after it, go into this.
Why are these dolphins in some sort of dolphin prison?
Because
Why
of
are
the
they
prison
dressed
pants, right? Yeah, I was always thinking the same
they're
thing.
They're dressed in prison jumpsuits.
Yeah, maybe this is about SeaWorld. Like, so it's a prison. It's a prison for dolphins.
Totally makes no sense, but sure.
Okay. Well, now I'm more interested in what happens in this dolphin love story.
It's a beautiful tale.
Oh, fuck.
It's definitely a less sad story than John McCain. At least those dolphins didn't get captured by the Viet Cong.
All right. Do you want to do some
I'd rather
fun stuff?
Yeah, let's do some fun stuff. It's fun. I like fun.
Okay. Look, Mike, a lot of people have been asking me. A lot of people have been wondering, what does Jesse Ventura think of Alex Jones? Because they're friends, actually, in real life. Jesse Ventura and Alex Jones are friends. So, first off, we have to see the intro to his show because it's important so you know what show we're watching. This is on the RT network.
I'm Jesse Ventura. Stay vigilant, question more. Welcome to my world.
Good guy, man.
Mike pointed something up, by the way. Let's see if we get a shot of it.
Come along for the ride.
He has an RT patch on his fucking chin.
They made him an RT, and then the other patch has the RT motto.
Yep.
Like the media, truth, whatever.
There it is.
Yeah, what does it say?
RT America and then question more.
Yeah, question more. Question more. Look at my biker jacket. RT paid me in only biker jackets and gas cards. We're calling it the Lewis Arthur program. We're out looking for rape trees.
In the Sandy Hook massacre have sued InfoWars host and conspiracy theorist Alex Jones.
By the way, she could get it. She's cute.
Several parents of children murdered in the Sandy Hook massacre have sued InfoWars host and conspiracy theorist Alex Jones and some of his associates in a defamation lawsuit. Jones has long claimed that Sandy Hook was a hoax staged by anti-gun activists backed by the government. Families say Jones's content and lies has led to death threats, harassment, and stalking. The parents of victim Noah Posner, for example, say things have gotten so bad that they've had to move 7 times in 5 years.
Parents
pretty fucked up.
The parents of Noah Posner say have gotten so bad that their kid is dead.
No, but they've also had to move 7 times.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Because InfoWars followers keep publishing
perspective.
Pushing their private information online and sending him death threats. Now, in response, Alex Jones says he wants the Posner family to pay him $100,000.
That's good for you, Alex. That's at least 3 new watches. Oh, and pull up the 2020 Breitling catalog. I want to see what we got coming out in the new year.
Is he countersuing Sandy Hook victims?
He should. He has to. He has to.
Why?
He has to. If you don't sue them for legal expenses,
then you have to pay. Right, then you have to pay them.
But not only that, everybody else will come out of the woodwork and start suing them. You got to send a message like this is Jeremy Piven style. I will sue you out of existence, and you go, all right.
To cover his legal fees. Jesse, respond to what Alex Jones has done to these poor families.
Now remember, they're friends.
By calling them lying crisis actors and claiming that the shooting was a hoax.
Well, I'm not sure.
He couldn't even be bothered to be in studio for his own show. He's live remoting from Mexico in front of a green screen. I guarantee it.
Wait. For his own show?
This is his show. This is The World According to Jesse. Yes! He can't even be there.
I thought he was promoting.
No, this is the whole episode. But I'm just, playing a little clip.
But why is he...
He's live remoting from Mexico. From his bunker in Mexico. He must have good Wi-Fi.
But why wouldn't they send a couple guys out there then? And film it from so he's the perspective. From
Right,
the show
sure, because he's fucking Jesse Ventura's going to tell you where he lives. Nice try.
Jesse. Nobody cares about you, but no offense. Like I'm not even being mean, but I guess I'm kind of being mean.
You're kind of being
Nobody
mean.
cares about you, dude.
Folks.
Well, I'm not sure. I know Alex Jones, and Alex Jones and I were friends, and I still consider him. I don't know what's going on. Alex has had a lot of problems in his private life, and I'm not going to get into all of that.
Jesse!
You're really throwing him under the bus.
Holy fuck, dude.
Look, he's got a lot going on, with the divorce, the accusations with the kids. And the alcoholism's really getting to him.
Fuck.
Up, dude.
He went through a very dirty divorce and things of that nature. And maybe it's knocked him out of kilter a little bit. I don't know. I can't make excuses for him because
when was Alex Jones' divorce? So last year?
A little more than a year ago, I think.
Anybody remember when Sandy Hook was?
6 years
2012. That's 2012. So that's... I don't know if that has anything to do with it, Jesse. I think that the problems in the marriage began around the Sandy Hook shootings.
Particular item, I don't know where he's coming from on this. How can he possibly take a position that it didn't happen?
But Jesse, your conspiracy theory that 9/11 didn't happen and the plane was empty, remember that?
Wait, we've come full circle because remember Jesse.
He was the dude.
Remember,
Jesse's the original main dude.
And remember that when Jesse Ventura called Rowdy Piper's podcast, he also claimed that Sandy Hook was in fact
Mike,
an
come
inside
on.
job.
Come on. Get it.
But it's true, so clearly something's wrong here, Jesse, because you're lying. You're hiding something.
I actually have
Network?
Proof of that.
Hi, good afternoon. Where's my good pal? I'm waiting to listen to him on the air.
There you go.
For those who don't know, and we will reintroduce it now. This is in 2016. Mersh called in as Jesse Ventura. This is before Piper died, obviously. Piper had a podcast, and they took calls, and Mersh fooled them. So just so you know the premise.
Okay, I'm going to put you on hold, and they're going to patch you through, and you can talk to Rodney. Absolutely. All right, cool. Thank you, sir. That was too easy.
It was too easy.
Oh, fuck.
It just put me right through. That's insane. Is he pre-recording? Is he voice tracking your show? No. I'm not even ready to do. We were just.
Hello, you're live on Rod Pod.
Absolute. How's my good pal Roderick Toombs doing?
I'm a box of fluffy ducks. How you doing, Jesse Ventura?
You know who this is your old pal from that 1991 pilot tag team. A lot of people don't know about that.
No, I know. It was it's the only series I had where
You spoke to. We're back live real quick. You spoke to a legend who died young. Piper died young.
He was actually my favorite.
Your favorite wrestler, right?
He was my favorite.
A lot of people's favorite. And the one time you got to speak to him, you spoke to him like Jesse Ventura.
I didn't know he was going to believe me.
I had a call sheet. I was living in the house, and 24 hours before we were supposed to do the series, it got put on hold.
I broke my thumb. I must have watched that a dozen times. I was just in the house, just watching tag team. You guys going over the wall together.
So, Gov, any conspiracies going on?
There's always a conspiracy going on. We got a lot of things in store for season 4. It's going to be really exciting.
Rowdy Piper, ladies and gentlemen. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
I've got some things in the works, things we don't even want to talk about with my good friend Alex Jones. A lot of things, also a podcast on the side. A lot of people look forward to the Jesse Ventura conspiracy.
You know why you got him? Not only because you have the best Jesse in the business, I will say that, but you also got him because you were the things you were mentioning were so obscure.
Yeah, of course.
Like tag team and stuff. Like it was these little things that only people would just do the typical Jesse Ventura immediately, but you really built up a whole story.
Vince McMahon like? I remember Vince McMahon. Yeah. No, I was. I had to dig up. I had to go dig up information on a failed pilot that Jesse Ventura and what's Roddy Piper actually filmed together when they were both taking time off WWE. NBC paid to have the entire pilot shot, and then they never actually ended up airing the show. And that was my in. That was my fucking in. I was like, I'll bring up tag team.
It was
podcast coming up soon. It's going to be on morelikeradio.com.
Gotta get the plug.
Good plug.
Exciting things in the pipeline.
Good stuff. Who do you think the greatest heel in history was?
I didn't hear heel, by the way.
Yeah.
This was where I fucked up. I thought he said hero. I did not hear him say heel, so I actually answered hero, but I just kept plowing through.
Greatest hero in the history of the world, guy. Well, there's so many to pick from, but I would say my good friend Alex Jones.
He's a hero. And this,
Jesse, you're not backing up your words.
Jesse, this is clearly you and not Mersh. How dare you, sir?
From prisonplanet.com, Infowars.com. Doing
old school Infowars plug.
A lot of good things, informing people about a lot of sinister things in the works. Soft kill poisons, chemtrails, and what have you.
Well, good.
We're very excited. A lot of
soft kill poisons is my favorite.
Soft kill poisons is still a good one.
Poor fucking Rowdy.
Things going on here at More Like Radio. We're doing a lot of expansions. Look forward season 4. We're going to do a whole expose on the Sandy Hook shootings. It was all a big psyop.
So tell me.
It's a psyop. We did the same thing, Operation Northwoods. We shot up a lot of elementary schools during Vietnam.
I was so high on Adderall that night.
A lot of people don't know this stuff. It's on Wikipedia, prisonplanet.com. Hey, remember King Kong Bundy?
And that's when he hung up. That was it.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry. So that's how I used to waste my time.
Here, it's a clip. I'll put the link in the chat so people can see it later if they want.
And I don't like the fact that people lump in conspiracy theorists having a bad reputation, that somehow they're all crazy.
Why would anybody get that idea, Jesse? You level-headed person in your bunker in Mexico who had to put up a green screen and couldn't even show up to a studio job?
Other than, That terrible show you did with Oliver Stone's kid.
Oh, God.
Considered one. Why? Because I don't believe the government has lied to me so often. When they tell me something, I don't necessarily believe them. And people need to remember, a conspiracy only requires two people. Two people is a conspiracy. So I wish they'd get it out of their heads of labeling people conspiracy theorists just because they question their government. Now, getting back to Alex Jones, I'm not sure what's going on in Alex's life. I've had no contact with him now for a year or two. And,
Gee, way to turn your back on Alex. Et tu, Jesse?
Saying that this tragedy didn't happen, I think is completely crazy. How can you say that when there's parents lost their children? It wasn't an act. These people are dead.
But you were the Mr. 9/11 conspiracy guy where people were also dead.
Look, these people were lying. It wasn't even an airplane.
He said thermite paint so many times, and the other people, remember? The other people were dropped off in a bunker somewhere, according to him.
Thermite paint was the meme, dude.
I know.
Thermite paint.
How dare you, Jesse?
Remember when he just said thermite paint and the entire world just went, okay, dude, come on. The whole country was like,
dude.
Even conspiracy theorists went, dude.
Come on.
Come on. You're making us look stupid. Like, whatever. We got the 9/11 anniversary coming up. I'll do a whole thing on that. But it's not, it can be like a conspiracy. It can be an inside job. It can be an act of terror from our own global elites. But it could also be guys flying planes into buildings. There became this whole idea that it couldn't be both. Mm-hmm. That the 9/11 attacks, as we watched them play out, were not orchestrated by people that might have had, like things might have been allowed to get by.
Right.
All that kind of shit. I'll have that talk. But when you go like, missiles hit building 2, and I'm like, I watched a plane. Like, I've heard phone calls from people on planes. I've heard like there's so much evidence where you go, that's not faked at all.
Right.
Sorry.
As far as I know anyway, they are dead. That's not an act.
In response to the controversy.
All right, well.
Nice editing. Who did the editing? Lauren Southern?
Does it look like they take it seriously when he's Skyping in from Mexico? Let's see. Should we?
We should.
Do you want to go across the? Do you want to go across the pond?
Across the pond, sure. What's all this then?
No, a little more across than that. Let's go to Spain. This is from RT.
Donde?
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Or no, porque is what I should have said. Okay. Porque.
Here we go.
Trouble has broken out at the border of a Spanish enclave in Morocco, where hundreds of African migrants attempted to storm the coastal city of Ceuta in their efforts to reach Europe. The resulting clashes saw police officers attacked with acid.
Look, guys, we don't want to monkey this up by letting these people in.
Hey, now.
No, I meant it in the political way.
Calm down, DeSantis.
Damn it. Never getting elected now. Oh, no, sorry. This is Chicago.
It's always very similar. It seems warm up there, even for this time of year.
Yeah, I know. It's really very tepid today. Okay.
Where's the white box truck with all the sneakers in it?
Police say 7 officers suffered burns from acid or a similar substance thrown at them. It's
7 officers got acid thrown in their faces.
The second time in a month that migrants have attempted to breach the border of the Spanish territory inside Morocco. In July, around 600 migrants tried to break through into Ceuta.
Yeah, there's a this is part of Spain. It's technically in Morocco, but it's Spain territory, and they just were breaking through the borders.
That's the new norm. That's the new norm, dude. I really I'm hoping all this stuff that happened in Germany and all this stuff is going to be the wake-up call, but, I don't get my hopes up anymore.
No, I mean, but you were saying this stuff in Germany, right?
Well, Thursday evening saw a small demonstration taking place just behind me here in the city of Chemnitz. The group calling themselves Pro-Chemnitz. They have come out and said that they aren't happy with the current system. Now, they were
Clearly
saying...
they're Nazis.
Yeah, they're all Nazis.
Okay, they're not happy with their government.
They're all Nazis.
Marching. They're Nazis. Yeah.
From the stage that was set up just behind me, that there was an anger certainly towards what they described as Western media portraying them as right-wing neo-Nazis. They said that they definitely weren't to fit from the right-wing or neo-Nazis. What they wanted to say that they were was angry with the state officials here in Saxony, particularly the Prime Minister, who they said...
So how does RT use those kind of mics, but then, how does that work with a green screen? Or did they use those mics to prove that, unlike CNN...
They're not on a green screen. Yeah, that's how you prove it. Yep.
It was a disgrace.
When we see what asylum seekers are getting compared with old people, poor young people, Germans, these are facts. I don't need to say anymore.
They're not... But again, this did not lying. The migrants there get better living standards, and in some situations,
he's not wrong. Yeah,
and in some situations, we saw that old lady that was talking, the German old lady, our hero, German grandma. You ruin their neighborhoods. You bring people in to do not respect them at all and destroy them.
And then when they're getting interviewed about it, you surround them, proving the point.
JM Fur in the chat says Germany these days is Weimar version 2.0.
It's not surprising that people explode. What happened on Sunday was only...
Look at this Nazi.
He clearly looks like either a Nazi or some sort of pastry maker.
Oh, it's probably the pastry maker.
Or both.
Yeah, hey, Nazis sometimes can make pastries.
The beginning of something that has been simmering for a long time. Here in Saxony, we are known to be pioneers.
Now, Horst Seehofer, the German interior minister, had pledged that he would be sending extra police to Chemnitz to make sure that there wasn't a repeat of the violence that we saw on Monday evening. We've seen police vehicles with registrations from far and wide across Germany here as reinforcements have been drafted.
Guys, you guys did this once before.
And this time you could win if you do it again. Just one more time.
But this all came about following the tragic killing of a 35-year-old man in the early hours of Sunday morning in the city of Chemnitz. Now, 2 men are in custody in connection with that.
2 men are in custody. 2 Southern Asian men.
Killing a 22-year-old and a 23-year-old, one from Syria and one from Iraq. Now that prompted and sparked a violent rampage by far-right football hooligans as well as other...
Football hooligans.
Do you, first off, not far-right. How about people that don't want people in their town to get murdered?
Nazis.
No, you're right. You're right. Sorry.
Members of the far right on Sunday, which said we're looking for foreigners. Then we saw clashes on Monday evening in Chemnitz between those people who were described as the far right and also from anti-fascist demonstrators from the far left. That resulted in 20 people being injured. 2 of those.
Yeah, that was all the Antifa people that started fighting with them.
Police officers. Thursday evening, no. Clearly people here are upset with the way they think their politicians in particular aren't paying attention to them when it comes to refugees and migrants and who has the right to be here. And that's the way...
Yeah, you know who has the right to be there? The people that were there originally.
Oh, the North Africans?
No. Doing the opposite thing.
Chechens.
Guys...
More blacks? More blacks.
Did we really win World War II?
Who's we?
The Axis.
Who's the Axis?
Oh, boy, we're going deep, huh?
Well, you said, did we win? I don't know who we. Who won?
Did
Nobody won World War II.
Did the West win World War II?
Everyone lost World War II.
Everybody lost World War II.
Fair. It's literally, if you think about it, World War II is the war that everyone lost.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Nobody ended up better for it.
No.
Well, America, temporarily.
It looks from Chemnitz right now.
That was the end of that one. Oof, dude, it is. We only see some of the coverage, and you really kind of have to dig for it, but it's fucking bad over there, man. It is getting worse. And it could be us, too. Could have been us. Remember, Hillary was ready to fucking let them in by a fucking rickety boatload?
Oh, yeah, we were gonna be shipping them in. We were gonna build a pipeline to just fire immigrants through at a rapid rate, straight into the country.
Like Futurama? Like the
water,
tubes?
Yeah, like a water tube slide.
Oh, like a bank. Like the bank tubes.
Yeah, just...
I got it, yeah. Update on... So you remember that homeless guy we talked about that the GoFundMe people fucked over?
Oh, yeah.
A judge has ruled for the couple to give him his full amount of money now.
How much?
Here, I got a video, I think.
Is the brewing legal battle between a homeless man and a New Jersey couple. A judge ruled today to take the money away from the couple and to account for every single dime that was raised in
all of it.
A GoFundMe account. Action News reporter Chad Perdelli spoke exclusively tonight with the man who, of course, is now fighting.
Because honestly, if you look, we all would have skimmed a couple bucks from homie, right? You got to take a little something, a little taste, but you don't. You guys got too greedy, and eventually now you get nothing.
Yeah, he was gambling with the money and then putting it back in.
What was it, 400 grand around there?
400 grand.
Let's say you took 30, 40, and gave him the rest. It wouldn't even have been missed.
Yeah.
You had to be fucking tough guy.
For what he believes is rightfully his.
Yeah, Shari. In this exclusive broadcast interview, John Bobbitt says Kate McClure and Mark D'Amico had complete control over his money, and they used
He also
thousands
insists that he's not that John Bobbitt.
of it to go on lavish trips, shopping sprees, and to gamble.
I wish, I hate that it came to this.
John.
This is the guy who, this is the homeless guy.
Bobbitt is back on.
Thanks for clarifying.
Just wanted to let you know.
John Bobbitt is back on the streets. He has no money and is fighting to reclaim what's left of over $400,000
He's got
raised
a
on.
snazzy Eagles t-shirt and a nice camo hat.
And the saddest thing of all is he's an Eagles fan.
Oh, God, give him more money.
Yeah.
Left of over $400,000 raised on GoFundMe last year.
I didn't want to be pressuring to get a lawyer or do anything because I didn't want to appear ungrateful.
14,000 people donated to help Bobbitt after he gave his last $20 to help Kate McClure, who'd run out of gas off of I-95. McClure and her boyfriend, Mark D'Amico, set up a GoFundMe account and claimed they'd buy Bobbitt a house and set up 2 trusts. It never happened.
We'll find out tomorrow how much remains when the money is transferred from.
That's true. Remains is true because then you're going to have some problems, man. You're going to be repo people showing up in your house.
The defendants.
This poor fucking homeless guy. You got an Irish attorney, too.
Yeah, I know.
You're just not doing well.
To our escrow account.
Bobbitt estimates he received about $75,000, including a camper and pickup truck.
Well, if you receive $75,000, something we also have to be fair here now. If you receive $75,000, why are you still living on the streets? Like, he could have at least for 75 G's. You get a place for a
should
year.
Be living pretty nice. For 75 grand.
No, but for 75 grand, you could get a place for a year. More than a year. I'm not saying it's going to be a goddamn palace, but why are you back on the streets?
The couple bought in their names, not his, in which were eventually sold.
They bought them in their names, not his, and then they sold them.
I have to ask them for everything. It was kind of, in the beginning, it was a joke, like they were like my parents. But the joke stops being funny after a while.
In a nationally televised interview this week, the couple says they worried Bobbitt would spend the money on drugs, and their attorney disputed the $75,000 figure in court today.
Mr. Bobbitt received in cash as well as goods and services that were paid for out of this money of over $200,000.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
Action News began following McClure and D'Amico's spending habits online beginning late last year. after receiving an anonymous tip that the couple was misspending the money on themselves.
These are like, you know, when you guys post all these pictures of like, you know, Chinese people like boiling puppies and then fucking their mouths and stuff. Like you waste our time clogging our timeline up with like things that just ruin our day, and there's nothing we can do to ruin those people's lives because they're Chinese. Their lives are already ruined. Can we please start spreading more things like this? Can we please start shaming people? Can we treat these two the way you guys are always treating these horrible alt-right Charlottesville people, these evil neo-Nazis? Can we make sure these two faggots never work even as a line cook so much for the rest of their lives? Can we do that, please?
In just a few months, McClure posted pictures and videos of a New Year's Eve bash in Las Vegas. Helicopter rides, trips to New York with front row.
And not the kind of helicopter ride they deserve. Because I'd like to take them on a helicopter ride as well. Probably take the homeless guy, too.
To the Broadway show, The Book of Mormon.
Front row tickets to the Book of Mormon. Do you know how much those tickets are? Even now, it doesn't matter. It's Broadway. It is a ridiculous amount of money because the only ones you could buy are the front row ones.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
The Eugene O'Neill Theater is 49th Street in Manhattan. That's Times Square.
Yeah.
It's literally across the street or down the street from the Radio City building. I'm telling you, front row seats to the Eugene O'Neill Theater that's not oh boy, that's not cheap. They didn't even go see, because I know Book of Mormon was on tour for a while, so you probably could get front row seats
to the B.
Decent.
Go to the B team, because usually what tours is the B team.
Oh, it's still playing Book of Mormon. Let's see how much tickets are. I'm just keep going. I just wanted to get a look.
C ticket. Oh, I was doing the same thing you were doing. C tickets. Let's see.
I want to know what the front row is.
Stage front row. You tell me. You figure it out. I'll keep playing it.
It's to the Broadway show, The Book of Mormon, and shopping excursions. And on her arm, an expensive Louis Vuitton handbag.
He is a self-described gambling addict.
So this guy's a gambling addict.
I think it's pretty hypocritical for you to tell me I can't manage my money because I might spend it on drugs.
And you're not saying no that you're not going to spend it on drugs though. Like
I actually respect this guy though.
Yeah. No,
he's
you're
not
right.
even saying he's not going to. How do you not respect that? By the way, they're definitely the highest range. I see they're no less than row G, which is not front row.
Okay.
Row G is $200 a ticket.
Oof.
And that's row G.
Yeah.
Front row is, exponentially more expensive. This guy got
You're doing the same thing.
McClure is an administrative assistant with the state of New Jersey. D'Amico is a carpenter. It's unclear how the couple paid for the questionable items, but they've publicly denied spending any of the GoFund money on themselves.
They have said they will have a forensic accountant. They have said they're fine with the trustee. They have said they'll open up the books. What more can they do? I would urge anybody to withhold judgment until that's been made public.
And in court today, the judge ordered all remaining money be moved from the couple's personal accounts to an escrow account within 24 hours and a complete accounting of the money completed by September.
Well, when it goes to an escrow
You
account,
better hope you have the money.
yeah.
Like, they better hope they have the money now because they might end up in the hole from this.
Oh, absolutely. Especially if this was an actual gambling addict like this.
I hope they spent a large chunk of it. I hope these people are fucked.
All right. Let's see. What do we want to move on to here? Do you want to move on to San Francisco? Something fun stuff going on in San Francisco?
Land of rice-a-roni and shit needles.
A gruesome discovery in a San Francisco apartment. A headless body found floating in a fish tank.
Huh?
Oh, what kind of fish? Maybe.
The fish is the thing.
Well, I mean, because
I think piranhas ate his head.
they were piranhas. They might have just been feeding the fish.
All right.
Francisco apartment, a headless body found floating in a fish tank. The apartment belongs to a man who's been missing for weeks.
Neighbors tell us that they've called police, but nothing came of their concerns until police officers finally went inside. There they discovered human remains 2 weeks ago in the apartment on Clara Street in the Soma neighborhood.
KPIX5 Susie Steimel spoke to neighbors who'd been
All right, Susan Steimel's cute, though.
fearing the worst.
She is, but
Susie?
she's, I mean, she's that
Not for
mole.
San Francisco?
That mole's bugging me.
Well, Liz and Ken, Brian Egg's neighbors have been worried sick about him since they last saw him in June. They describe him as a fixture in the neighborhood.
In June? Now there's search now?
And they say that he often let
Yeah, it's
transient...
California and San Francisco, so somebody's got to be missing for like 2 months before you can file
a missing
person's report.
stay in his home, and they were worried about his well-being.
1 month
Well,
if
now
they're
Brian
white.
Egg is the center of a homicide investigation.
I was suspicious already.
Oh, boy. I was suspicious already, y'all.
I was suspicious already.
You're making
and
assumptions
not just
about this guy. You don't know anything.
What assumptions am I making? I'm just pointing out his lisp.
me, lots of other people too.
Oh, yeah, lots of other people, too.
I want to get some McDonald's food.
It's a mystery south of Market in San Francisco. Police confirm a handless, headless body was discovered
Handless and headless.
inside a fish
Did
tank
it have
at
a head? Did it have hands? Then it wasn't us.
228 Clara Street. The body was so badly decomposed, police couldn't identify the sex. Scott Free worries.
What do you mean you couldn't identify the sex?
It was a head and hands.
Yeah, but the sex, you could see a pee-pee or a vagina.
They found the head and the hands.
Oh, they didn't find... Okay, I see.
So, you know, you got to have...
And you can't check for semen in the mouth because, again, it's San Francisco,
Or
so
maybe,
it'll go either way.
maybe it is the torso that
I
they
thought
found.
it was just headless body found. Yeah, so it was just a body.
So how do you know where the...
Just see if there's a vagina or a dick.
It's the man who owns the home, his friend and neighbor.
So rotted. Everybody's like, I'm not looking.
You look.
His friend and neighbor, 65-year-old Brian Egg.
They're not officially saying that it is him, but I would be so surprised if it turned out to be someone else.
Scott started sounding the alarm on this months ago. He also called police asking for a wellness check. Police say
It's
they
like the
performed
1 in 10,000 time that having a nosy neighbor is actually useful.
Yeah, right.
The only time a nosy neighbor comes in handy is when you get murdered and locked in an old apartment.
Well, he always went outside every morning at 5:05 p.m. exactly to check his mail.
I would watch him every day at 10:15 on the dot, smoke a cigarette right in his front yard. And I used to yell at him because he would flick the butts over to my side. And then I just remember one day, I said, you remember that fella that I used to always be yelling about cigarette butts? I noticed cigarette butts wasn't out there no more.
One thing leads to another, and he's found floating in an aquarium.
So that's when I decided he'd definitely been murdered, y'all.
performed 3 separate wellness checks, but since no one answered the door and circumstances didn't appear suspicious, they didn't request a search warrant or ever go inside.
We don't just break down doors every time someone reports.
Yeah, what is this? We're not Los Angeles.
Yeah.
All right, you want him kicking down doors for no reason? Head south.
Someone is missing.
But you had family and neighbors saying over and over again at that time that they thought he was dead.
I don't have information that said that they thought.
Look, ma'am, if he had a straw in the building, we would have clearly broken it down and taken him by force. However, he recycled. What did you want us to do?
So what if I look like that curly-haired guy from Deep Space Nine? The point is you're not focused, people out there.
He kind of looks like Otto.
If he were alive.
Yeah.
If he lived.
Yeah.
Thought that he was dead, just that there was people that were coming and going and they hadn't seen him.
Yeah, I can't do the clubs anymore. They're not liking the stuff anymore. They don't like anything I say. Could you imagine if poor Otto had to be alive to him and Patrice?
Oh, God.
They'd be 2 men without a world.
Yeah, what would they do?
They'd be
It
selling
wasn't a-
out theaters still. I guarantee you they would be selling out theaters and getting kicked off Twitter every other week.
Oh, they would have been kicked off Twitter a long time ago. Patrice would have lasted longer because he was black.
Till a crime scene cleanup truck arrived.
He would have been
But I just think no, I know he would have, but he would have lasted longer.
He would have lasted longer, but by now he would have been one of those guys that you like. Dude, they even got rid of Patrice O'Neill, and he's not even conservative. He just pops off the mouth a lot.
In front of Brian's home that police finally went in.
If we hadn't said anything, would it have just been ignored all this time? The police didn't seem to take much interest.
So this guy killed him, right?
I think Nelson Sullivan's alive.
Do you think this guy killed him? This guy's acting like the guy who killed him. He's being really weird.
Really trying really hard to help them pin down what happened.
I'll get in my car right now and I'll go after the real killer, y'all.
The police didn't seem to take much interest at first.
That's
Police
okay.
didn't seem to take much interest in catching me. I mean, finding the bodies.
Snacks are okay on my watch.
Police didn't seem to take much interest at first.
Reporters asked police that very question. If neighbors hadn't been so persistent, would they have found the body by now?
We might not. That's correct. And that's where you usually rely on family or someone to let you.
He looks like he should be working for Nookie Thompson.
Yes, he also looks like he's extremely nervous.
Very
he
nervous.
He looks like a panicky Pete, like a guy that just, well, what do you do? No, we might have never found it. I don't know. Maybe I will fire the attorney general. I don't know.
At least tell me you're not killing him.
How great would it be if Trump did the same gimmick where he was always indecisive and playing it by ear, but he was panicky all the time? Mr. President, what do you think you're going to do with Jeff Sessions? I don't know. Maybe we didn't find it. If you don't tell me, I don't know what to do. I love that this guy's excuse is, look, guys, we're just the police.
What do you want?
If you don't tell us to do our jobs, we're not going to do our jobs. That's what he's saying. That's what he's basically saying. This is a failure on the part of the community for not taking us to task and making us do our jobs. You failed yourselves. Good day.
No questions.
Into the place.
Police did arrest 2 persons of interest for financial crimes, identity theft, and homicide. But the DA discharged the
And this mole bothers me too.
case pending further
My mole was
investigation.
also taken into custody due to its color. Later released.
So they had to let at least one of them go. The other one's being held currently in Alameda County. And the
What's going on, sweetie?
police are waiting for the medical examiner to identify.
Did you see that?
Did she really do that?
Yeah, look, she went for her phone. Like, this is really odd.
Go. The other one's being held currently in Alameda County. And the
Hold on a sec. Hold on.
police are waiting for the
Hold on, hey. Honey, no, pizza's fine. No, yeah, pizza's fine.
She forgot her lines.
And she had to pull them out. That's exactly what happened.
Why wouldn't you just improv?
I don't.
Improving is better
It's
than...
better than that.
Better
Holy
than that.
fuck.
and the
Write your lines on your mole.
police are waiting for the medical examiner to identify the body. Ken.
That's the part you forgot?
That's like
the easiest
That's
part.
the main part.
That's like getting all of the Miranda rights correct, but forgetting the part where you just say, do you remember, do you... No, I don't know. I'm fucking it up. Do you understand these rights as I've read them to you? I left out the last part.
What was the last?
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law by an attorney. You also have the right to... Hang on. Do you understand the rights I've just read you? Sorry, I forgot that last part. It always gets me.
Susie, you first
Susie,
learned about...
God damn it, you're adorable. And later on, that mole is going to be rubbing against one of my ass cheeks.
this missing individual several weeks ago and asked the police about it.
I feel
what did they
bad
tell
for
you?
like when you're a hot chick with a face mole, because it's like you got to get that thing off. Like
Cindy Crawford had one.
I would always look at it though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's hard to not like I wouldn't always look at it, but once you're married to somebody, like I would start to obsess over it.
But can you get rid of the mole, please?
Yeah, like there are certain glaring odd things about people that I can't let go of. Like if you're a chick with really bushy eyebrows and you never do your eyebrows,
that's rough.
It's
yeah.
like you're really hot, but you gotta
do your eyebrows.
Gotta go see a Vietnamese lady about those eyebrows.
Tell you back then.
Well, that's right, Ken. The neighbors who've been so concerned about Brian Egg's well-being actually reached out to us, and then we reached out to police on August 6th and said, is there any investigation going on? Is there a missing persons case open? They told us no. They told us today on August 7th, one day later, they opened an investigation.
So why didn't they...
He was been missing since June.
Why did these neighbors not... Did they try to open up a missing persons investigation? Or are they saying that you have to be family? Is that what the thing that was
I
going
think because the other neighbor, the guy that was talking like this, y'all, see, he was the one that called the police and told them that I haven't seen him in a while. So, I mean, what if you have no family? Then what?
I would imagine that, like, again, I'm almost positive in most places you can open up a missing persons case if as long as you have some kind of reasonable connection to the person, a neighbor, or if you live in their building, or if you're roommates. You don't have to be family. Like, if your roommate just stops coming home, actually, you could go to the cops and go,
he hasn't been here in a while. He's
and
not
I know
answering
you
my
guys
phone.
are going to start asking me what's up.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you, I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's about time for us to get going. And I didn't even get to the Jutropolis thing that I wanted to get to.
Oh, the mapping thing. That was brilliant.
But we have plenty of prep then, I guess, for no show, by the way, guys, on Monday. It is a holiday.
Yeah, that's right. Damn it.
It is a holiday. So there will be no show then. However, will there be night waves?
I think there'll be one tonight. My tooth is killing me. If not, I'll do one on the weekend. I might just take tonight and go lay down.
So we'll be back on Tuesday with a fresh new Revenge of the Sis episode. See you guys then.